Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA?
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. So, the biggest news this week was Henry Cavill's out of Superman.
Yep, no Superman
So,
anymore.
there's all kinds of... I don't even know what's true. All I know is he's not Superman anymore. People are saying it's because he was supposed to appear in the Shazam movie.
Yeah.
And things didn't work out, and then they fired him because of that. Is that what happened?
Well, he wanted more money, I think it was.
There's so many... I've read about 1,000 different stories.
If they have the same contract that Marvel does, most likely they do. A lot of contracts say if you don't make cameos and stuff like that, they will get you in trouble. Like, that's part of your contract, that you have to be obligated to do stuff. I don't know if that's true for DC contracts, but they did that for Marvel. So maybe that might have been it.
Because he was doing other things, like the whole mustache fiasco.
Yeah.
Well, don't F up your movie so you don't have to do extensive reshoots so you won't have to ever worry about that.
Universal's doing you a favor, not the other way around,
Yeah.
by letting him film that, because they had rights to him at that time.
Yeah, they could have just said no.
Yeah.
So what the DC universe, okay, do they just replace Superman with another actor and just pretend he's him?
You could.
They did it, again, not saying the two characters aren't even close to each other, but War Machine switched actors. And no one cared.
No one cared.
And I actually think Shiegel's the better actor.
Oh, yeah, definitely. John Cheadle, yeah.
Yeah, was it Howard? Terrence Howard? Yeah, he was the original War Machine.
He's too busy doing Stupid Empire.
He's doing dumb TV shows when he could have been an MCU superstar.
Yeah.
But I think Shiegel's the better actor. Even though War Machine was a side character, do you think you just do that and everyone just pretends it's this new guy?
You could do that, but since DC is such a dire straits with their movies, you can almost reboot it all.
Just start all over?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying too, but...
You start all over, what do you do with Wonder Woman? And Aquaman?
You have to keep
Their
those.
movies are coming out.
Because you got rid of the Batman. Because he changed him. Now
that's another guy I've been reading on again, off again. Is Affleck out?
I think Affleck should. I thought he was out.
Yeah, I thought he was out too. But I don't know.
So I mean, you got Batman and Superman. They aren't the same. I mean, it'd be kind of weird to keep them. I say keep all the origin movies like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam. Then basically restart it all. Restart the whole new Justice League.
So Batman, Superman never happened. Justice League never happened.
I think so. I know it sounds
Justice
so
League is such an embarrassment that just pretending it never happened probably would be a good thing.
I think so.
That's crazy though.
Because it's built on a house of cards. It has to go.
It's the most flimsiest crap.
It is.
And especially how embarrassing would it be if both those actors aren't Superman and Batman and you have that part of your thing. You'd be like, oh yeah, these guys are totally...
You can't do a flashback.
No.
You can't it's such a mess.
It's a mess.
It's an absolute mess because Wonder Woman is a solid movie.
Yes.
I say it's just like Black Panther, just a solid movie. Not bad, not amazing, blow the greatest thing I've ever seen. Just a good, competent film. And there's no reason to get rid of Gal Gadot or those storylines. They're fine.
They're
but
good.
the problem is that's their strongest piece.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And then you have Aquaman, which is probably going to be that summer blockbuster or whatever.
Well, it's in November, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a popcorn movie. I don't really see. And it's a prequel, so we know he wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
Like I said, for Midtime, I don't like him playing Aquaman. I think it's a terrible fit.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. And
then-
then doing voiceovers in the trailer, I know I mentioned before, it's just awful.
Yeah, and then and Shazam could still fit.
It looks like a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So
Actually, I might want to go see that.
Yeah.
If those look good, maybe for me to go see.
If there another trailer needs to come out, if it looks decent, then yeah, I'll.
But the thing is, I see that as a separate thing. I don't see that part of this DC universe. It's too dark.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as that.
Well, that's why I think a reboot might do you some good.
Yeah.
Because then you can bring Shazam in and have that one
Thing
woman.
Cavill wasn't bad if he just didn't play it so dour.
And again, his scripts are 2 pages long.
Yeah.
He never says anything.
No.
Ridiculous.
He always has a stern look on his face, and he always looks like he's about to break into some emotional breakdown. It's just like...
Yeah.
They make him too omnipotent. Like, he's like way beyond everything.
That's good for Dr. Manhattan, because that fits the character, not him.
Well, see, the thing what I liked about Superman, because again, I've said this a million times on other episodes of this podcast, I like my heroes to be street level. I like Spider-Man's and Blade and guys that have to get up to you, and they're not all super powerful. Superman, what I love about Superman is his struggle with his humanity is his struggle, because stopping the bank robbers, there's no way they can ever hurt him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But him trying to balance the life of Superman and being Clark Kent. That's a good dynamic, but you never get any of that in the
Well,
movies.
that's why I probably mentioned this before, but I think the Superman animated series did that beautifully.
But you had a TV series to do
exactly.
Yeah, so you have time to develop.
Like the episode where the guy policeman was corrupt and blew up the car for Clark Kent because he's trying to come get close.
The story.
But that's not going to hurt him, right? Yeah, basically he's doing a story on him and corruption in the police department. And if Richmond sees him, he's like, oh crap, if he sees me, he knows Clark died. So what am I supposed to do? Because I don't want to be Superman all the time. See, that's interesting to me.
You can't do that in a movie, though.
No.
It's a movie 10 hours long.
Yeah.
See, so it's hard to do Superman from a movie's aspect.
Unless you're going to do Christopher Reeves, who did an amazing job.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was going to say. Or unless you want to do kind of more happy-go-lucky Superman, which is kind of like you were saying. With,
but there's
even
nothing
he
wrong.
had problems in his movies.
I
too.
love, but you'll never get a scene of, like in the original movie, where Superman goes to the White House and he apologizes to the president for letting him down, saying, "Now I'll never do that again." You know, standing with the American flag blowing in the background. You'll never get that again. No. That will never ever happen again.
That's what I'm saying. That's why everyone's taking this more serious Superman.
And it sucks.
And why don't we get?
But even the Fleischer cartoons of the '30s would do that with Superman. He'd fly up and you see the American flag afterwards. Beautiful. That's perfect.
And
that's
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No.
Somehow it's just like an evil, horrible thing. So they do the reboot. They go dark
Well,
again?
I hope not. They get rid of the guy who plays Flash, please. I think
Ezra Miller?
That goes without saying. That should just be like,
that
get
guy
rid of him.
he's just a very flamboyant weirdo in real life.
Yeah,
it's so funny because I think of the Flash in the TV series, he's married to Iris. I couldn't see this guy be married to Iris. She's too good looking and too nice of a lady to put up with his weirdness, okay?
But here's the thing, though. Like, the Flash movie probably isn't happening.
No.
Cyborg probably isn't happening.
Oh, Cyborg's definitely over. Yeah.
So, the funny thing is about all this, you're losing Superman, you're losing Batman, you have these other fringe kind of films. I don't know. The full-blown reboot might be the only answer.
Yeah, because the only Superman we have on record that's still Superman was Nicolas Cage and Teen Titans.
Yeah, he did it. We did it very well. He did the voice very well. But so replacement actors. I haven't even really thought about it. Like, who would you want to be?
Batman.
You're saying that guy, Superman. The guy from what's that one show? Mad Men.
Oh, okay.
The mega, he could do it.
Oh yeah,
he has a nice square jaw, handsome guy. I think he could do a Superman.
I know there was rumors of Michael B. Jordan. I want him to be Green Lantern. That's what I'm hoping for
Here's
Jon
the thing.
Stewart.
I have no problem with Superman because there is a black Superman in a different Earth.
Yeah, 25, I think. Something like that.
Here's the thing. But if you try to continue the storyline, all of a sudden Superman's black, and then like you're not going to even explain it.
You would have to go a lot of rebooting. A lot.
Yeah, see, that's what.
Unless there's another Earth. Unless you say this is not the main Earth.
It's not Prime.
Prime, yeah.
And then that would make again that sucks because we want him to be Green Lantern because I'm like, well, then you can have the other one, but
exactly. I actually think the Stewart Green Lantern is infinitely better. Than Hal Jordan. I don't like Hal Jordan. He's too much of a jokester and kind of a jerk.
I
like the soldier.
Yeah, let Barry Allen be like that.
Yeah.
And let him be stoic.
Yeah.
I like the stoic Green Lantern.
Personally,
he fits the cop persona more.
I always liked Howard Jordan. I always
Hal
liked
Jordan.
Him. Yeah, but again, I can see why people like the other one because he's the soldier. He's more stern. He makes more sense that he's a Green Lantern. Hal Jordan's a little more cocky. He's a fighter pilot or an artist, depending on...
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it was so funny, a little story about that in the Justice League Unlimited, this lady's changing time, right? And then it keeps changing from, like, Hal Jordan to, like, Stewart, Green Lantern. And they'll look at him, just go with it. Okay, I guess we'll go with it.
He's black now.
He's black, he keeps changing. It's so funny.
So, yeah, but yeah, I would say maybe in the movies, since you are going to have that more funny character with Flash and stuff, you can make...
Yeah, you can have... But here's the thing, it's so crazy. I don't know, I wouldn't want to be in the boots, in the room of like, how do we figure this out, guys?
The only way I would take this, if they said, you let me do what I need to do to
let
this thing.
me take it, let's say, if we're going to be on a different Earth, let me do the Injustice storyline. Imagine Superman being the bad guy. Oh man, and then make that storyline?
Exactly. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
I'd go see that.
If you're not going to give me a happy-go-lucky Superman, then let Superman.
Yeah, don't do this in between 50-50 garbage.
You know what? Did you bring up the Injustice storyline and make it the good Superman be?
And he comes out to stop him. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that because then he's the different Superman, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's so funny because at the very end, I like it because the Batman from the Earth, he's talking to Superman. He goes, "Well, you better not go corrupt. I'll go after you too." Okay, he's so stupid.
Oh yes, because Batman is just for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he has like a thing to kill every member of the Justice League if he has to.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. The point, there's even one I remember in one of the movies. I forgot which one. There's so many DC cartoon movies, but there's one where I guess it's his friend who has a gun and Superman's what are you going to do? But has kryptonite bullets. Yeah. He didn't know that, but he knew that would stop Superman. He's like, oh, that's my friend. See, he knew that would get to Superman.
Yeah.
See, it's just a lot of
those things.
DC isn't like something that's doomed from the start.
No.
There's amazing storylines there.
Yes.
They just got to get to them.
Yeah.
You just got to dig them out and get to them. Stop worrying about making your own stamp on there. Just follow one of the good storylines and follow it through.
Do your own DC. Don't be like the MCU. You could do your own thing. And also, that's why I'm glad Darkseid hasn't been shown yet.
Yeah.
I don't want Darkseid to get screwed up by
No,
this.
not by this.
No.
Let it be Steppenwolf that fell on the sword.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
stupidity.
Yeah.
The bad guy no one cared or knew about or cared
No.
about.
Exactly, because like I said, because you need that classic Justice League team. You
So-
need Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Aquaman.
And do you even put Hawkgirl in it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
what they
mean,
do.
we haven't even talked about. Remember, we talked about New Gods a few weeks ago. Like, is this going to be affected by that in any way?
I hope
Is this-
not.
it's just. I don't know. I don't know. DC just has. I've never seen it. It'd be like to me like having all like a shed with all the tools and materials to build the greatest things, but you're a dummy. You have no idea how to use it.
But I will say this. Yes, I will say this. It is a little bit harder to write for DC because they're so powerful. Their characters.
Yeah.
It's hard to relate to. And if you don't have good writers, it's just not going to work.
Because like in a world of Justice League, why doesn't Superman just handle all the problems? You know, why does Batman even need to go down there if Superman's just going to go...
because Snyder didn't know how to write a
No,
Superman
exactly.
character.
Exactly.
But yeah, maybe it'll be the end of the Snyderverse and they can start all over from the beginning. I think that would be the best.
Yeah.
Or do like a word transition movie, kind of like an Infinity War-esque super mega thing that destroys the universe, and then they have to rebuild it from a different Earth. And just do it that way.
Well, I think the equivalent of the Finnegan's the equation.
That's the life-death
The
equation thing.
Maybe they use that.
It's there's so many different things because they never really explained exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Like some people actually try to go and explain it's an actual thing. It's just one of those like it's supposed to stop all life.
Yeah.
So maybe maybe use it on the Justice League, and then they have to go to another Earth, or maybe it reboots things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I can think of. That's the only equivalent.
Or
that I
they
can
just
think
keep
of.
moving forward and just don't even mention it.
Yeah.
That sucks. I think that's stupid.
That's the stupidest thing. If they do that, they're just idiots. That's dumb. I mean, guys, DC, you got to get together. You have great characters, but you don't know what you're doing with them. You don't.
Yeah.
And in the movies, you just you do this dark, gritty stuff that doesn't fit, and you make Batman tell jokes when he shouldn't be telling jokes. That's not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's a straight guy. Okay, he's not the funny man.
He would joke around with Superman when it was just him and Superman a little bit because he realized Superman's just like so powerful compared to him,
Yeah.
but he still stands shoulder to shoulder with him. That's what's so cool
man,
about
it's
Batman.
So, it's so sad. I know I've mentioned Injustice 2 all the time, but Injustice 2, when before they fight the last time, you could tell that they do like each other. They even call themselves by their first name, Clark, and he says Bruce, and I like that. You know,
They're real friends.
They're friends, and it's sad. You know, and I felt empathy there, which I don't feel for the DC movies.
In the Justice League, did you think for 1 millisecond that Batman and Superman were friends of any kind?
No, they were just
He
like...
still hated him.
Yeah.
He still hated him at the end of that. Like,
Because it's sad, because...
It's kind of like he was like the enemy of my enemy. That's what he treated him like, as my
Yeah.
friend. What is that?
my man, that's what it sounds like.
no.
And they're
Right?
supposed to be like friends. Like Batman and Superman are supposed to be kind of like so good friends that he's like, man, I can trust you. Almost.
But know what it is? That's part of the Frank Miller complex. Is he did it in Dark Knight? I can make Batman and Superman enemies. No, you don't know what you're doing. Don't. Only Frank Miller can pull it off.
Yeah,
You don't know
pull it
what
off.
you're doing.
And then there's a whole lot to go with that. He never wanted all comic books to be this way.
No,
like
yeah.
when he did that dark storyline, it was like, oh, look at this thing, I'll turn it on its ear. Then he was like, yeah, that's the hot ticket, and everyone started doing it. He's like, oh god, no, I didn't want that to happen.
It's the whole Pixar making 3D animation.
Yeah,
better.
and that wasn't their idea wasn't to make everyone to follow. It was this is my weird side story.
like it.
No one followed me down the path. Look at it, but just don't take the
a
ball
lot
and
of
run
people,
with it.
if you read history books like on comics, they talk about that on Watchmen and being a good and a
Yeah,
bad
too.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's maybe this is our chance to start all over and maybe do it right.
Hopefully,
this time.
Yeah.
keep Shazam. I like him.
Yeah,
he
keep
looks
him.
interesting so far. The trailers haven't been bad. And Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
and
And-
I don't really care about Aquaman.
No.
If we
I
have,
know.
if it for the better good, I'll take this kind of crappy Aquaman if it makes everything.
I think it
better.
fixed everything
Yeah.
else.
Well, that's a big if, though. I mean,
So yeah, Henry Cavill, I thought he did it well. He was just written
and then
poorly.
he did
Yes.
a weird response.
Yeah,
video.
that's why you don't even know what the hell really is going on.
Yeah.
He did post a thing on Instagram about like, oh, it's a great day to be Superman. It's like, did you just
He's
quit?
playing like some weird, like kind of like a Bork song, I guess, something weird, and he's showing a Superman doll. And I wonder if like was this all just a publicity stunt by DC to get people wanting to watch Superman? Like, oh, we'll watch the next movie. Don't get rid of Cavill. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows?
Nah, I don't know
It's
anymore.
just weird.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching and be sure to like, sub, and share. Also, for the most up-to-date information about the podcast, follow us on Twitter at C15 Podcast.